Why? Because I read the comments. If you've been on the channel before, you know that I built a version of Spiderman 2099 arm blades. Actually, I have them right here. This glow in the dark, by the way. I made this for myself, just for fun and because I like the movie. But in that video, many of you asked if I uploaded the file somewhere. People have DM'd me on Instagram for the same reason, and after this video, I will upload them. However, after wearing this close to 8 months now, I can say there are many things I like to change. This is how they work. I pull this string that pulls a metal rod, which releases the arm blade. Pretty simple, right? And to be fair, the opening mechanism is flawless and they look beautiful in the dark. But like everything, this can be improved. Like for example, how they don't stay in place. So let's start with that one. I will redesign the complete arm blades, but first I want to run some tests. Even with the Velcro adjusted, they kind of slide down a bit. And this part starts hurting. So because I want to wear them without cutting the circulation to my hand, I will try adding rubber to the inside of the base. Good thing I can test everything with the current version. And because this is just a test, I'm using random pieces of rubber and hot glue to attach them. It looks awful, but remember, this is just a test. Right away, I can tell the grip is so much better. Okay, I think rubber will do just fine. You can see it does not move around the arm or up and down anymore. To move them out of place, I really have to try. But if I increase the cover of this base, the grip is going to get even better. I do this all the time, by the way, because it used to move out of place every time I open the blades, and it just feels cool. I forgot to tell you about this. These areas where the Velcro faces my skin start to scratch after a while, so more rubber, but that will come in the final build. Tell me if you had a similar issue with the Velcro or with the grip, and how you solved it. I'm sure there's more than one solution, but this is a good one, so grip improve. Next one is easy. Version 1 has 2 springs, but I believe 1 is enough. And that also means less stress on these tabs. The force is still fine with 1 spring. If the arm blade bounces back a little bit, the spring is too weak. If that happens, move to a stronger spring or add more. Now the most obvious one, the length. This one is around 13 inches or 33 centimeters. But I want this to be closer to the one in the movie. So if it goes to around here, should be fine. This is around 21 inches or 54 centimeters. And that means because of the printer size, I'm going to make this in 2 parts. After taking note of all the changes I want to make, I'm going to go ahead and design the version 2.0. Feedback is applied, design looks very nice, and everything should work as intended. You can see there's a big difference between version 1 and version 2. Blades are printed, supports are gone, and there are 3 parts per arm. First the base, then the blade part 1, and part 2. If you saw the first video, you know I added these black parts later because something broke. So in this version, they are already part of the main design. Also, I cut these metal rods to size. These are 3 millimeters of diameter, 2 for the hinges and 1 for the opening mechanism. I can add the metal rods to the hinges without any glue, just to check how they work. Hinges are doing great. And the arm blade goes all the way up to my shoulder. Okay, looking good and working even better. Next step is sanding. I superglued the upper and bottom blades and added Bondo putty for the transition between them before priming. Sanding is done. Look, I am not the best at connecting 2 parts and leave a seamless transition. As you can see, I honestly struggle with that. Robotics, easy. Complex design, any day. A smooth connection between 2 pieces? What are you, crazy? That's impossible. That's not a thing. I'm sure you are way better at this. But with practice, I will improve. Now I was thinking, version 1 already has UV paint, so in this version I will add hot red, so it will look like this. This color is achieved with gold base, metallic red, and shiny clear coat. So this color will go for the blades. For the base, however, I will keep this in matte black, so the arm blades stand out even more. Okay, let's put some color on these things. How cool does this look? Everything else is also ready for assembly. The springs, the rods, the lineal ball bearings. This makes sure the rod moves in a linear motion. String for the opening mechanism, and of course the blades themselves. These are the measurements for the springs that open the blades. If for some reason they feel loose, you can stretch them out a little bit. Also the measurement for the ones for the opening mechanism. These ones can be found in pens and cut to the right length. That's how I got this. I didn't mention this, but in the base I added the space for the rubber strips to go. And put frog tape so those pieces are glued to the part and not the paint. That's very important. If you're enjoying the content, give this video a like, only takes a second. Now to assemble the arm blades. Arm blades version 2 are done. The hot red looks super cool and contrasts very well with the matte black. You can see I also painted the space between the blades. The length is a lot better and the rubber I added keeps everything in place. And when I pull the string, they open with no issue. They feel sturdy and they are very fun to play with. And surprisingly, I don't stab myself with normal movements. I chose a string with 1mm thickness, so it's strong and comfortable. And the issue with the scratching velcro, I just installed it the other way around. Easy. You can see how with a few upgrades, these look very different than the first version. Let me know what you think of the colors, if you like the black and red, or if you stick with the UV paint. I almost go with matte red because it looks incredible, but version 1 is already matte, and I wanted to change it up a bit. Links to the STL files are in the description if you are interested to make this set for yourself. And if you post pictures on Instagram, make sure to tag me. And consider subscribing if you like the content. Here's how the first version came to be and how I built living vellum filaments. Go check them out and I will see you in the next one.